Good afternoon, everyone. Today's Thursday, February 11th. Today's Thursday, February 11th, 2021. It is just about 3 p.m. It is, I want to say, 79 degrees out. I want to say 79 degrees out. And today I'm going on my typical walk to Waikea shopping center. Wow, the plants out here are really something. Like the foliage out here is really something. It's like a little bit like jungly. That's what I'll say in this particular part. But it'd be interesting to get to see some of the rest of the island, because I know that there's all of the what is it? It's something like 9 out of the 12 possible climate types on the planet. I believe Hawaii has like 9 or 10, something like that. Or they might have like 9 of the world's climate types here out of 10, something high. Like they have like just about every climate type can be found on these islands, except for I think desert. I think desert might be the only one. If not that, then it's definitely like desert and something else. So like if I wanted to move to a part of Hawaii that had weather like the weather in the Midwest, that had a climate like the climate in the Midwest, or climate like a climate in, I don't know, upstate New York, or I don't know. Apparently it's all here. I'd like to see a part of the islands that has what are they called? Deciduous trees. I like to see if there's someplace on the islands where there's like fall, where there's like or like the leaves change color and stuff. I don't know about that, but I know that there's grasslands, there's snow, there's rainforest, there's ordinary forest, there's like prairies, you know, like I don't know what other climate types there are, really. Alright, so let's see what's going on today. Okay, it's February 11th. Alright, the Northeast is still, the East Coast is definitely still in it. Really, the mainland is definitely still in it in terms of harsh winter weather. And look, a random seashell. I wonder if there's a slug in there. Nope. We've got a number of cacti that grow out here. One thing I would like to ask someone about is, I would say this is the second time that I've noticed I guess the architecture when it comes to houses is different. So I'm used to living on the East Coast on the mainland, where all the houses kind of look are pretty much built the same. You know, whether you're like in the East Coast North or in the East Coast South, like all the houses are pretty much look like typical houses that you might see in like movies and stuff. And whenever I first saw housing that was different was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, whenever I got to go to Arizona for the first time and saw that there were all these houses made with what's this clay called? Adobe? Like clay houses, because of the heat, because they absorb and release heat in such a way that it keeps the houses from becoming like ovens. And so that was the first time that I'd ever seen like adobe houses, and they look pretty cool actually. Like kind of boxy structures, kind of like boxy, like, you know, like geometric structures. What I notice here is all the houses here have like metal, I'm assuming like steel or something, rooftops that like seem to be designed to like let the rain slide off of them easily. Oh hey, like every single house has like a metal rooftop. Yeah, all the houses have like metal rooftops that seem to be designed to let rain slide off easily. But since I don't know that much about like housing and stuff, you know, and like architecture and stuff, I'm not sure how much worse it would be to have like a normal roof with like a normal tiled roof. But I haven't seen any roofs with tiles here. They're all like they're all like metal. I'm not exactly sure what they're called, but they seem to be designed to just let rain roll right off. And so because they're metal, you know, you kind of get that like that ASMR or whatever, like anytime it rains, it basically rains on top of like metal roofs. Look, even the church has metal rooftops. All the roofs. All the roofs basically look like that. Some of them are painted like more than others, but oh wow. But yeah, at some point I'll have a chance to like drive around or ride around the rest of the island. It's not too big. You know, it only takes about about an hour and a half to get to the other side of the island. To get like to the opposite end of the island, or which means that it doesn't really take more than that to get to any part of the island, you know, like an hour and a half. And maybe like 45 minutes to an hour to get to like the highest summits on the island. I was just told yesterday that there's 5 volcanoes here. There's five above ground volcanoes and 1 underwater volcano. The most active being Kilauea, which is currently erupting very slowly. I also found out that the big island of Hawaii has one of the world's 4 green sand beaches. So like there are only 4 beaches in the world with green sand, and one of them is here. So I definitely plan on checking it out. Oh shoot, there's actually one house with tiles. That is the first one that I've noticed since I've been here. With tiled roofs. Okay, so there are some. Most of them are like this. No tiles, just like metal slabs. Same here, just metal slabs. And the rain just rolls right off, but this is actually one that has a tile, that has tiles. Alright, so it's not, okay, so it's not impossible to have a tiled roof here. But that is the first time since I've been here, 3 months. That is the very first time that I've noticed a rooftop with tiles. Okay. Oh, this is heavy traffic. This is not normal. There must be some kind of road blockage or construction going on, because I've never seen traffic like this. Like, and of course by I guess by ordinary standards, like, this isn't the worst traffic jam, but this is pretty bad. Like, I've never seen, so far there's only been one other day when I've seen traffic like this, and other than that, I've never seen traffic backed up in any way in 3 months. Like, it's always smooth. Oh, I guess this is why the road's closed right here. Okay. Or maybe that's just one. Maybe that's just one road that's closed out of a few. Well, I've never seen one of these before. Okay. It definitely feels a little bit humid. Like, if it's 79 degrees, the humidity probably makes it feel like it's 81. I just, wow, I wonder what they're building here. Yeah, the humidity definitely makes it feel like a few degrees warmer. There's like a humid breeze right now. It's still like a cool breeze, but there's humidity in it. So I'm trying to think what's next, you know, like, it's weird. It's weird if I'm not sure what I'd be thinking about getting into if were I on the mainland right now. I'd probably just be doing everything I can to suffer through the cold of February and not really be thinking about anything. I'd probably be just working and just like staying indoors and probably just saving whatever money I had off of work. Um, I had been living in a halfway house before I came out here, in Cartersville, Georgia. Oh man, I'm smelling something good, like fried chicken. I almost want to pick up some chicken right now. Yeah, I had been living in a halfway house. If I hadn't moved, hands down, I would still be living there. Probably paying about $100 a week to live there. And it was a house full of it was a 100-year-old house. It looked like something out of Red Dead Redemption. If anyone's familiar with this video game from the Wild West, from like the 1800s or early 1900s. 100-year-old house in Cartersville, Georgia, and it housed about 10 guys. It housed about 10 guys. It housed about 10 guys, and who were like, you know, in various situations trying to kind of get back on their feet. You know, some people had like just gotten out of prison. Some people had, I don't know, like been in all different kinds of situations. But some people were like, you know, retired like veterans, you know, who couldn't afford to live anywhere more expensive. You know, people who lost like limbs and stuff. And there was no heating in the house. Thankfully there was some air conditioning, you know, it being Georgia, it being hot in the summer, but there was no heating. And so what we relied on was like I don't know what they're called. I want to say cast iron, but just an iron fireplace, which is like, instead of there being a hole in the wall where you just kind of put wood into the hole and just light it on fire and let it burn up the chimney. It's an iron box where you would normally have a fireplace. Instead, you've got a metal, like a metal tube, like an iron tube that leads into the wall. It leads from a box, like an iron box, into the wall, and it goes up and out the chimney. Like it leads into the wall of the house, and it goes up and it goes out, and it constitutes its own chimney. And basically the box just kind of sits in the room, like in your living room, like it's a big iron box. Looks like it could be like a well, let's just say that it's an iron box. It has 4 legs. And there's a door on it. You open the door, you put firewood inside, and then you light the firewood. And what it does is, after you light the firewood, you can leave the door open and receive some of the heat from the fire directly. But when you close the door and just let the fire burn, it heats up the iron. It doesn't just heat up the iron box, it heats up the entire tube that runs through your house. And so the residual heat that the iron holds can end up like heating up a house for days after you've burnt firewood. The iron retains the heat well. And so if I were back on the mainland, I probably would be working. I'd probably still be in between jobs, the way I am now, you know, still working some kind of like temporary job or like unskilled job. And I'd probably be living in the halfway house. And I'd probably be bringing home firewood as often as I could. But I'd probably be like living there and just saving up money, you know, to try to be able to leave, maybe like after a year or something. I have to say, when it comes to, you know, when it comes to ending up in different like life circumstances, it's definitely very good to know about places like that. It's good to know what kind of resources you had. I think that was my biggest struggle living in Georgia, being from New York, is that when, you know, whenever anything went south, I wasn't sure of where to go for resources, whereas in New York, like, I know it like the back of my hand. Like, I know where all the resources are, for, you know, for every kind of service, or every kind of, you know, soup kitchen or clothing, or, you know, medical treatment. And that's kind of, I would say that, like, those types of things are some of the best things to just become familiar with, as soon as you move to a town, regardless of your situation. It's kind of just good to know, like, where those places are and exactly what they provide. Right now it's actually drizzling. You can't really tell on camera, but it's actually drizzling. I'm probably just under a rain cloud. Yeah. These clouds back here, which lead up here, are dropping a little bit of water. So yeah, I'd probably just be working, saving up, and trying to do what I can to stay out of the cold. I probably have to be taking cabs, like, to and from work at this point. I lived in Georgia. I lived about the same distance from work that I do here in terms of walking distance. Maybe a little bit farther, but yeah, I certainly wouldn't be out enjoying, like, the weather, or getting to go and do things outside. I'm not sure what else, I'm not sure what other kinds of things I'd be up to. I mean, that's kind of how it is, like, you know, even if I was back in New York, then maybe I'd be doing a little bit more, but in general, when it comes to January and February, you're really just trying to soldier through it, and, like, just do what you can to make it to where you need to be as quickly as possible, and do what you have to do, and then head home, you know. What have I got here? Bamboo antique furniture. Right now we're on Kanoelehua Avenue. Kanoelehua Avenue. I need to stop by this store at some point, Ross. I only became familiar with it when I moved to Georgia. Someone showed me that they were able to get like a good pair of sneakers for like $7 there. How's it? All right. So I'm trying to think. if I have any final thoughts for this walk. I think we're just about at the capacity of what my phone can hold for right now. And I don't know, just kind of lying in wait, looking forward to seeing like how things will be by I wish I could say the middle of the year, but it'll probably take until like October before we notice like a true significant difference in terms